Hey Charles, welcome back.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
All right, considering.
I feel that one. We'll give everybody a couple minutes here. Guys, welcome on Instagram Live. I see a few of you guys popping on. We're just giving it a couple minutes. Everybody joining in here. We should have a few more on Zoom. I got the email out a little bit later today, but I wanted to hold on to things, or at least hold off on that, so that everybody who wanted to get the link could. If you saw my email, you probably saw that I had been juggling quite a few Google Forms these last few weeks, and it certainly caught up to me. And so I missed a ton of people who had signed up for weeks 1 and 2. But you guys all got the email this week. And again, really, really good things coming. So that would be good to get you all back involved with that. And again, if you missed those classes, I'm real sorry about that. But be sure to check out any of the number of links that I posted in the email or on our Instagram Live here. I save everything to the IGTV, and then I throw it up on the YouTube channel within a day or two so that everybody's got access to those. Hey, welcome on, Jackie. Guys, as usual, we're just going to give everybody another minute or two to pop on to their Zoom calls or hop off their work calls and hop on to their Zoom or Instagram Live here. I've got a really great class planned for us today, a little bit of a progression from what we've done in the past. So if you guys were here for week 1, that's awesome. You're going to notice you're certainly going to notice some consistencies and maybe even some familiar exercises. But again, that's part of the plan. And especially when it comes to strength and conditioning, that's what we want to do, right? Is we want to give ourselves this opportunity to challenge our body, progressively overload the system, right? So expose the muscles and the tendons to increase joint forces, and really push ourselves to overcome those forces, and then allow our body to recover so that we lay down some new tissue, a little bit stronger tissue, things that are more resilient to some of those repetitive overuse injuries that we see all the time. The Achilles tendinopathies, the plantar fasciopathies, the hamstring strains, even the low back injuries, all things that are very, very preventable. I personally have managed away what I was dealing with some IT band syndrome. You know, that was something that, again, with some strengthening, with the proper treatment, and then the proper strengthening approach, you can kind of prevent those things. And that's super cool because then that keeps us doing what we love to do, running, and hopefully doing so despite some nasty weather we've been getting here in Boston lately. But again, guys, we're just giving everybody a couple of minutes here. Thank you guys for hanging out on Instagram, and thank you for those who are joining in as we go here on Zoom. Just another minute or two, and we'll get things started here. And again, people can join in as we go. So again, for exercise equipment today, I think the way that I wrote the workout, all that we're really going to need is our yoga mat, our space to move, and then we're going to use a band. So with a couple of the exercises, I have some progressions here. I'm going to use this long TheraBand. And this one has loops in it. So I'm going to use it to loop through the door. Again, think back to that first class where we did the banded deadlifts. We did the peel off press with the band in the door. Really great exercises for building up some strength here, both through the lower body and the core. That's going to be, those are going to be pretty similar exercises to what we'll do today, if not the exact same ones. So grab your TheraBand, keep that close by. We're not going to need it during the warm up, but we certainly will work up to using that here over the course of the next hour or so. All right, so as always, this class is not only meant to be an opportunity for you guys to get moving with me and see if I really do practice what I preach and do all the rehab exercises that I prescribe to you guys. But also in addition, it should be an educational type thing for you, right? So it's an opportunity to learn about your body. What are the important moves that we want to make sure we're strengthening through? A lot of these moves are not specific only to running. These are things that can benefit you across your lifestyle, regardless what it is that moves you. So feel free to share links and kind of send videos around if you know somebody who could benefit from this type of training. Because I certainly have had a handful of people reach out and say that by doing the class, they are now running without knee pain or running without low back pain. And like that's the reason I put these classes out there, is to give you guys an opportunity to learn and overcome some of the difficulties that come with moving well and often. So with that being said, let's get you guys moving. All right, so first things first, today we're going to start out with a groin rock exercise. This is one that we touched on in week 1. Again, I like to give some consistency when it comes to working out, give ourselves an opportunity to kind of learn an exercise, master that exercise, and then go from there. All right, so there's always room for progressions. If you have an issue with an exercise, please reach out, shoot me an email, and I'm happy to fix those things up for you. All right, so in this first exercise, the groin rock, again, we're gonna go right knee down, left leg straight out to the side, hands planted out front here. Keep that toe on the floor, right? So big toe stays planted. Now from here, we're gonna rock forward, getting a full stretch through the groin and adductor region, and then press our hips backwards. Really nice. And again, rocking forwards and backwards. I like to link this one up with my breath work, right? So big inhale as we rock forward. Breathe into that hip flexor, exhale as we press backwards, hips towards the heels, again, keeping low back and sacrum nice and neutral. But again, this rocking motion, great way to kind of warm things up. We're getting ready for one of our really good single leg strength moves that help to, well, they certainly get us moving into a different plane of movement when you compare to where we exist when it comes to running. Last one here, all the way forward and all the way backwards. And relax there. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So now left knee down, right leg straight out to the side. And again, rock forwards, hips forward and backwards. Good. And again, mobilizing this groin region here, getting things moving. Really focus on building that tension by pressing that right big toe into the floor. And then use your breath to your advantage to kind of help work through any tight muscles. Mobilize that region. Again, we're just prepping the body for movement here. And last one, push your hips back and relax there. Nice job, guys. All right, from there, we're gonna get into our tactical frog. So again, really good exercise to maintain good hip health. So what you guys are gonna do is set up in your child's pose here to start. And again, I'll show this one on profile so that we remember. But what we do from here is we're going to rock forward onto the elbows. As we do, kick that heel up and out, and then backwards we go. And again, up and out, and backwards we go. We'll keep going like that for 30 seconds here, okay? So everybody with me now, get set in your child's pose and begin. Again, use your breath to your advantage. Big inhale as you rock forward. Exhale, press back. And repeat. 5 seconds now, get these last few reps in, keep it up, guys. And 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Really nice. All right, great job, guys. Next exercise we're gonna do here is a single leg balance. All right, so let's go ahead and stand up. All right, and so starting out, we'll stand on our right leg. Now we don't wanna just lock this thing out because the important part of balance is that we're not just, kind of driving that leg into the floor. If anything, we want to force ourselves to turn on those muscles and sense the floor beneath our feet. So I'm sure you guys can see, I am barefoot here at the Tracksmith studio. We'll call it a studio. Let's get that trending. Tracksmith studio here. All right. And so what we're going to do is stand on our right foot first, slight bend in the knee, really try and focus on feeling the ground beneath your feet here. All right. And then we'll go arms up at 90-90. This is just to make sure that we're not, dancing all over the place, trying to maintain our balance. More than anything, we should be able to hang out here comfortably. And again, we want those muscles working. Those are the important ways that we kind of prime the nervous system to go out for a long run and properly stabilize on a single leg over the course of, a 10-mile, 15-mile, 20-mile run. A lot of you guys are logging some serious mileage these days. I don't know if it's that you're going stir crazy or you're getting psyched for future races. 3, 2, 1, good, and relax there. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So now left foot down, same idea. Use the foot, try and grip the ground beneath your foot, slight bend in the knee here. And again, hold this position, feel the ground, feel those muscles working, stabilize yourself. Notice if you have a good and a bad side. Get comfortable here first. I'm going to level us up here on the second round through. Nice job, guys. Keep holding. Hold that hip position here. Again, nice isometric contraction through that front hip flexor. Driving heel into the floor, slight bend in the knee, stay tall. And 3, 2, 1. Relax there, guys. Good. Shake it out. Just going to click out of this little box here on my screen. All right. So next up, we're coming back to our groin rock. We're going down on the floor for this guy. All right, so right knee down, left leg straight out to the side. Again, hands are planted out front. And we're going to rock forwards and backwards, right? Ready, and begin. All the way forward, pressing toe into the floor, and then hips back. Good. And again, forward we go, and back. Really nice, guys. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one here. All the way forward, all the way backwards. Get that good stretch and relax there. Good. Let's go ahead and switch sides, right? Left knee down, right leg straight. Remember, we're now stretching the right side of the groin. It's really important that we get through our full hip flexion and extension. Let's get set and begin. So again, by riding forward into hip extension, you're going to feel that stretch migrate to the front of your hip joint. As you press those hips back, now you start to notice a little bit more tension, a little bit more stretching through the back of the thigh there, closer to the hamstring. Now, the reason for this is that we talk about the groin or the adductors or the medial thigh as if it's one single muscle, but it's actually a group of muscles, right? So they serve to stabilize the leg through our entire gait cycle. Now, any weakness or dysfunction in these muscles can present as some type of injury, oftentimes presenting with things like medial knee pain. A lot of times it can be the cause, like the root cause of an IT band syndrome. Very, very common stuff. Some people will get groin pulls if you slip on ice, step off the curb odd. Good, and relax there. Let's go ahead and set now for our tactical frog. The important thing is that as you stretch those muscles, you're paying attention to the fact that we have groups of muscles and it's not just one muscle, one function. They all overlap, all right? So again, in this case, we want to mobilize that region. So again, starting out back in our child's pose, we're going to rock forward, kicking that heel up and out. Good. And again, take your time here. Breathe into it. Big inhale as you rock forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Keep that going now. Again, really nice way to mobilize and encourage good blood flow to these hip joints. keeping these guys healthy, maintaining our range of motion here takes the stress and the pressure off of those smaller, more distal joints, right? So things like our knees, our foot and ankle complex, those are the areas that we don't want to have to handle all the loads of running. So again, if you looked at from an anatomic perspective, how large and strong that hip joint really is, that's what we want to focus on. 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Nice job. All right, so let's come on up to our single leg stance. So as promised, we're going to progress this. So if you have it close by, I should have mentioned this in our email. Let's grab either a pillow, a foam pad. In my case, I have one of these nice little balance disc things. And so we're going to put that on the floor. And this is going to serve as now our unstable surface where we're going to try and stabilize our leg from. Okay, so starting out, again, let's go with right foot firmly planted on our foam pillow, on our pillow or our foam pad, or if you're like me, you have a balance disc laying around. So let's have you go ahead and set up, slight bend in the knee. Remember, you're absorbing the ground beneath your foot. Get set and stabilize. And you can see as soon as we introduce that unstable surface, my knee, ankle, and hip are working hard to stabilize, right? So it's like a challenging stimulus beneath my foot. And I wish I could say I was faking this for cinematic effect. This is very, very tough. And I've had a handful of ankle sprains on this right side. So some of this is a little bit expected, but this is the type of thing we work on to help prevent future ankle sprains, future injuries in that area. And 3, 2, 1, relax there. Nice job, guys. All right, coming back to the left side now, right? Same idea, single leg stance. Again, get yourself set on that foam pillow or balance, whatever it is that you're using to challenge your balance. Get set and begin. So again, really slight bend in the knee. We're not just locking out the leg. We need to be agile here, so absorb the ground. This is going to help to reduce, if you're somebody who's dealt with stress fractures in the past, or like some of those impact type injuries, a lot of times low back pain will present when we don't do a great job of absorbing the ground beneath our foot. If we have a really long stride, but our heel kind of strikes way out in front of us, then that can be an area where we want to get a little bit better at absorbing the ground. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Nice job, guys. Grab a sip of water. All right, catch your breath here for a second. I'm going to walk us through our first couple of exercises. Like I said, you guys will notice a couple of common themes from week 1's workout. All right, and so again, we're going to use, I really wanted to design this class, and I wrote workouts. I think I've been talking about the fact that this is going to be a kind of 12-week series where we go over how to properly progress your strength training. And this is a very kind of generic and broadly applicable workout plan that I put together for you guys. So if you need a little bit more detail, you'd like to make things more challenging or less challenging, again, just reach out. So I'm happy to help out with that stuff, but the individualized approach is what's really going to help you. All right. So for right now, we're going to come back to our lateral lunges with that single leg stance. So starting here, what I'm going to do is lunge out towards my left side, come up and hit my single leg stance. You guys can just barely see me on Instagram. So again, lunge out, drive to the single leg stance. All right. We're going to do 10 reps on each side. So get yourself set here. Give yourself a little bit of space so you're going to be able to get out to that left side. All right. Ready and begin. 1, and absorb the ground. 2. Now you're noticing that I'm hovering this leg, right? 3. So by keeping it high, I'm forcing myself to absorb more of the ground there. 4. 5. This is a gradual introduction towards more of our plyometric training. And that's the stuff that really helps to build up some tendon stiffness and work our way up toward, in terms of using our strength training. I believe this is 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. By working up to that plyometric training, we're going to use that to kind of gradually introduce a little bit more jumping, bounding, hopping, and those types of things can help improve actual run performance. It's also going to help limit the risk for injury, right? So really, really good things all around, just helping to supplement our run training. All right, so next we're going lateral lunge out to the right side here. Everybody get set and begin. Absorb the ground, drive to the top. Remember, nice soft bend in the hip, knee, and ankle. You want to land like a ninja here. 3, nice and soft, absorb the floor, drive to the top. 4, 5, stand tall, hit your single leg stance. 6, we got 4 more here, guys. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Really nice. Remember to keep that band close by. We are going to use that on our next set through, all right? So from there, guys, what we're gonna do is go down for our glute bridge. Last week we started, 2 weeks ago, we started out with just a glute bridge hold. We did that for 45 seconds. This week we're gonna level up, all right? And so now what we're gonna do is our glute bridge hold to start, but then, and you guys can keep an eye here, I'm gonna demo this one for you. Then we're gonna progress into some marching, okay? So hopefully everybody can see me. I guess I'll find out after class at the very least. But what we're gonna do is set ourselves by rolling hips down and back, lifting the hips to the sky. Now this is our starting point. From here, we're gonna alternate with a marching pattern, all right? So our knee will come up towards our chest and then lower to the floor, alternating slow and controlled. It's not like we're running in place here. We're trying to focus on good controlled activation. We're not trying to turn this into a cardio workout. All right, so let's go ahead and set ourselves up. You guys are lying flat on your back. Knees bent, heels into the floor here. Ready? Go ahead and tuck the ribs down, roll that pelvis down and back so you're kind of tucking your tailbone under. Lift the hips to the sky. Now again, if you feel some tightness through the front of your hips there, you're not alone. I've got that tightness through my hip flexors, all right? And I'm lucky enough that I don't spend all day working at a desk job, but nonetheless, hips chronically tight here, all right? And so from here, let's hold this position and march, all right? Knee towards the chest, drive it all the way up. You can even point the sole of your foot up at the ceiling. And we're just continuing here. Again, single leg stability is key. It's a great exercise to increase some of that glute activation and induce a little bit of active hip extension. Really great way, again, to strengthen this hip joint. Keep it up, guys. Drive that knee to your chest. Stay strong. Drive through the heel. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Nice job, everybody. Really nice. Last exercise we have here in our first set is our peel-off press. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and grab our band, and this is where you're going to have to anchor it in the doorway. For those of you who can see, what I do here is basically take the band, wrap it around the doorway here. All right, get 2 even strips, and then close the door, make sure the door clicks shut, and now I've got a nice anchored band here. That's going to serve as my anchor point for some of this resistance stuff that we're going to do. All right, so set yourself up there. I'll give you guys a couple of seconds just to get yourself ready. All right, and so in this exercise, let's go ahead and set ourselves holding onto our band. So like I said, I'm lucky enough that I have some loops here, but if you just have the long band, if I've given you guys a rehab band here at one of our locations, you can just hold that right in your hands, right in front of your chest here. We're gonna be doing peel-off presses, all right? So we're gonna start with what we did in week 1. We're gonna work our way up, all right? So if you missed week 1, not to worry. And if you wanna stick to this progression or regression at any point in time, just stick with it. And you can always find tutorials on, like I said, my YouTube channel has a bunch of these videos going up kind of day by day. All right, so holding onto your band here. Get set, feet are just about shoulder width apart. Make sure that you strengthen that arch, right? So think about pressing your toes into the floor, pressing the heel into the floor, and you kind of rotate those knees outwards, all right? You guys can see that on both of my cameras here, is that I'm building tension from the ground up, all right? Now from here, core stays tight, slight flexion in the hips and knees. I have a nice strong base. I'm gonna go ahead and press away and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back in. All right, and then press and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, and press and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Good, we've got 2 more here, guys. You guys are doing great. Ready, and press and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Good, and now last one. Press, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Really nice. Back into the chest. Now we're going to flip around, face the other way. I'm just going to switch my band here so I can still see you guys. I think I had the same problem last week, 2 weeks ago. Okay, here's what we're doing. So now we're facing the opposite way. All right, give ourselves a little bit of space. And again, on this side, now we're going to go ahead and press and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and back in. Press and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Good, and press, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Good, we've got 2 more. Press, hold, squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Last one now. Press, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, and relax there, guys. Really nice. All right, so go ahead and grab a sip of water, catch your breath here. I'll give you guys about a minute to kind of rest up. I'll go through a couple of our progressions. So those are our 3 exercises. We've got 2 more sets to go. All right, so again, we have the lateral lunge to start. So now we want to work things up, right? So a lot of you guys have a band at home. If you don't, that's okay. Stick to just the body weight. You're still going to get a training effect. Just really focus on slowing things down and then driving to the top and hit your single leg stance there. Again, really good weights to still challenge the system, and we'll work our way up. If you're missing a TheraBand at home, feel free to swing by Tracksmith. I have plenty of extras. I'll give those out to you guys so you have some tools to start to progress your exercise. Now, if you do have your band, you're going to leave it anchored like we just had it, all right? And so we're going to use the band now, and you guys can see on both cameras what I'm going to do here. So what we're going to do is our lateral lunge, but now with a band pulling us into our lunge so that we're then forced to drive up and through that band resistance. All right, very good progression, right? Because the band is going to provide some accommodating resistance. When we get deeper into our lateral lunge, we're going to have a little bit less tension on the band, which is where our joints are at the most disadvantageous position to produce force. Now, as we press up and through, we get that big knee drive, and now we really have all those muscles activated through the hip, quad, and hamstring, and so we're pressing away from the floor, driving ourselves back up to the top, and we're going to hit our single leg stance for just a second before we go back into it, all right? So again, band is going to be right in front of your chest here. Step out so you have some tension, all right? And then from here, we're going to step out to the side, absorb the ground, drive to the top, and repeat. Step out to the side, absorb, and 2. That's good. That's a good blooper there. And 3, and 4. Nice, guys. And 5. We've got 3 more here. 6, 7, 8, and relax. Nice job. All right, so from there, now we're going to go out the other way, right? So we're stepping out to our right side and then driving back up to the top. All right, you guys can see me okay here. I apologize, this is the only thing I have to anchor my band on. All right, so let's get ourselves set. Lock that band into place. Get ready and begin. Big step out to the side, big drive to the top. 1. And absorb. 2. Good. Produce some force as you press away. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8, and relax there. Nice job. You can leave that band in the doorway. We're going to use it on the next set. We're also going to use it for our payoff press here in a second. So next exercise, we're going back down to the floor for our glute bridge. All right, so you're laying flat on your back. Again, feet are flat on the floor. All right, we're focusing on driving through those heels. But let's, again, set ourselves up. Tuck the ribs down, tuck the tail under. Lift those hips to the sky. Get ready and begin. Alternating, single leg glute bridge. We're getting that little marching effect. Again, we're going to work our way up, but for right now, this is a really good starting point. So own this movement. Don't forget to breathe here. Keep that core tight, back stays flat. We're not hyperextending. We're not driving the hips way too far up to the sky. I'd rather you focus on good gluteal activation, controlling that motion. Nice job, guys. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. All right, guys. So come back up to standing position here. And again, set yourself up by grabbing the 2 ends of your band. We've got our payoff press progression here. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Let's set ourselves so that we're standing perpendicular to the door, just like we were before. Now, instead of doing the press away this time, we're going to hold right in front of our chest. Don't lock it onto your chest. Try and just have some stability there. And, instead of locking it onto your chest, maintain a little bit of space, because we're actually going to do steps out to the side here and then steps back in. So you're going to do 4 out, 4 in. All right. Same idea. Lock the band to the door, get yourself set, and begin. We step out, 3, 4. We walk it back in, 3, 4. Good. Stepping out, 3, 4. Again, you guys are just keeping up with me here. Really nice work so far. Remember, we have a little bit of space here. Really good way to challenge the system. This is a bit of perturbation. Again, this is like anti-rotation training. So oftentimes we hear about the planks, we hear about the sit-ups. But this is a really good way to control our body's ability to turn muscles on and off and breathe while doing it. Last one here, all the way out. Good. Walking back in. Good. And relax there. Good. Go ahead and switch sides, guys. All right. Same idea. Set yourself. Band maybe about 6 inches from your chest. You can leave those elbows bent at 90 degrees here. Get ready and begin. Little steps out to the side. Good. And little steps back in. That's 1. And again, walking up to the side. Good. And walking back in. 2. 3. 4. Getting there, guys. Last one now. Hold, squeeze, and 5. Nice job. All right, you can put the band down. Rest yourself here. Resting. Close that band to the door. All right, so again, resting. Guys, one important thing to remember, and I kind of touched on it last week, but I got some questions on this, is that you want to make sure that your strength training workouts aren't turning into another cardio workout. You guys are already fantastic cardiovascular athletes. I highly recommend taking the rest sets as I prescribe them, because it's a great way to make sure that your heart rate is recovering back down to the zone that we want to train it in, so that as opposed to fatiguing a muscle like crazy and then trying to train through that fatigue, we train it, fatigue it, leave it alone for about a minute or two, and then come back to it and then really train it again. So we're getting like a max rep each time we go through. And that is more so that we can mimic producing force and stability through that. A lot of these exercises are single leg exercises or things that we're working up towards producing more and more force or more explosive power. Really good things, but you want to make sure that you are using the rest sets as necessary. You shouldn't be going through these workouts looking at your Apple Watch or your Garmin or anything like that, checking to make sure that your heart rate is staying within its 80 to 90% zone. I'd say more than anything, like we really aim for 50 to 60, maybe max with certain heavier exercises. We're going to 50 to 60% of our heart rate throughout these entire workouts. All right. If that's not the case and you're going too high, then really what we want to do is dial things back so that we're making sure that the heart rate isn't spiking through the roof. And instead, we're giving ourselves ample rest time to produce a ton of force. And again, shoot me a message if that doesn't make sense. I'm happy to explain more. Okay, so into our third round, we've got our lateral lunges. Again, use the band. We're going to do the same thing that we did last set. Again, using that band to pull us towards the floor, we're now absorbing more force, and we're doing so more rapidly. So again, great way to improve our ability to absorb the ground. This is, again, for those force type injuries or force input type injuries where you might be dealing with stress fractures or kind of like that impact. You have a difficult time absorbing the ground. This is the exercise for you because you need to build up the strength in the muscles, their ability to absorb. And then obviously the force production plays that secondary role of improving performance. But first and foremost, we got to keep you guys healthy, right? So again, set yourself so that you're away from the band here. You have a little bit of tension. Again, feel free to double down, add another band or whatever it is that you have laying around. But from here, we're going to step out to the left side, big step out, big drive to the top. 1, hit that single leg stance. 2, nice. 3, 4, keep it going, guys. 5, 6, 7, 8, and relax. Good. We're going to swing around, face the other way. Same idea, stepping out to the side, stepping out to the right side now. All right, get yourself set. Ready, big step out to the right, absorb the ground, drive to the top. 1, and 2, 3, 4. Hover that foot if you can. 5. Oh. 6. Good. 2 more now. 7. Last one. 8. And relax. Nice job, guys. All right, let's go ahead and lay down flat on our backs for our glute bridge marching. So again, feet flat, knees bent, core is going to be tight here. Set yourself by rolling the hips down and back, tucking that tailbone under, press through the heels, right? So the hips are towards the sky. Remember, we're not hyperextending here. We have nice neutral hip, good gluteal activation. Get set and march it. Good. 2. Good. 6. Pressing through that heel, rep by rep, smooth transitions, right? Really nice, guys. 10 seconds now. Keep it up. Keep pressing. Drive those heels. Good force production. Good control through the hip complex. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Nice job. All righty. So we're going to finish things off with our last payoff progression here. Again, so much we can do with this exercise. So make sure that you're owning each movement as we go through it, because once you really start to grasp what it is that we're doing here, I can continuously give you exercises that are going to help improve that core strength. Again, decreasing susceptibility to low back pain, improving our ability to control through that lumbopelvic region, all really good things. All right. So now instead of holding just in front of our chest, we're actually going to press away here and do our steps with it. All right. So if your band isn't long enough or that feels too difficult, instead of staying only in at the chest or only all the way out, split the difference, right? Go 75% extension here. All right. All we're doing is changing the length of that lever to challenge our capacity to produce and absorb force here. Okay. So get yourself set. If you're with me here, press that band away, set the core, and begin. Little steps out to the side, good, and then little steps all the way in. And stepping out, this is 2. Remember, we're doing 5 trips out. 4 steps out, 5 trips out to the side here. This is 3. And 4, we've got our last one here, guys. Keep it up, finish up strong. And 5, good. Go ahead and switch sides. Facing the opposite way now. All right, again, set yourself, set the core, press that band away, and little steps, begin. Good, and walk it back in. 2, 1. And 2. Three. Good, guys. Keep it up. We got 2 more. Keep that core tight, elbows locked. Don't let the band pull you back. 4, last one. Stepping it out. And last one, all the way back in. Control and relax there. Nice job. All right, you guys can rest, grab some water. We've got another round of exercises coming up here. We're doing great so far. We got about 20 minutes left in our workout. We've got 3 rounds of this next round of exercises, and then we'll cool things off with a little stretch. All right, so first exercise that we're going to get into here is our inchworm. Now, this is one that I wanted to progress straight away for you guys because I think that it's one that we can all benefit from a little added core activation. So everybody should be able to see me with my camera angles here. So the inchworm, as you guys remember, is a combo of core strength, but also hamstring length, right? And so what we're going to do is start with a big inhale overhead, almost like a little back bend from yoga. We're going to forward fold, walking hands away from the toes. Once you get out to your push-up position, I don't know, this is where you guys lose me in terms of camera angle. So I'll do it this way. So it's going to be extension, forward fold, walk those hands out. Now, once you're here, your job is not done. I want you to challenge yourself, walk a little bit further, and you'll notice I'm getting out where my arms are almost completely overhead, but my core stays tight so that my low back doesn't fall to the floor, all right? And then from there, I'm going to walk it back in. So again, the idea with this is that you're walking just far enough out that you feel like you're really, really challenging yourself, but you're not losing that ability to stabilize through here, and you're not losing the low back into extension. I want you to maintain control of this, all right? So again, if that means on the first step, gradually testing things out, then that's what it means. That's good. It means you're learning about your body, and that's a really good starting point. All right, so let's all do this one together. And I hope that you guys can see me if I turn my mat this way. All right, so again, starting at the back of the mat, we're gonna go big inhale as we reach up and over, and then exhale, walk those hands down, keeping the knees straight, keeping the heels to the floor as long as you can. Once you get to your push-up position, that's neutral. Now we're walking out a little bit further. Hold that, squeeze that, and now walk right back in. Nice job, guys. And again, rep number 2, we inhale, we reach for the sky. We exhale, we forward fold, walking hands away from the feet. Good. Challenge yourself and then walk it right back in. And again, big inhale. Reach overhead, big exhale, forward fold, walking away, keeping those heels down, walk it, challenge, all the way out, push yourself, and then walk it back in. And relax there. Nice job, guys. That's awesome. Tough move. All right, so next up, I had us doing banded deadlifts. So if these felt easy in week one, that's all right. Your opportunity is now to level things up, okay? So we'll start out with just doing the double leg banded deadlift, and then we'll talk about how we can progress this one in the next 2 sets after. All right, so I'm gonna double up on bands just to make this one a little bit more challenging. But again, do what you gotta do at home to really push yourself. I only have the band here, so I'm just going to hold it by my sides. Again, pushing those hips backwards. I get that deep hip flexion and then drive to the top, all right? And I believe I programmed us for 12 reps here, all right? So stand on your band, grab it far enough down that you're gonna have tension both at standing and when you're deep down at the bottom of your deadlift, and we're gonna get ourselves set here, okay? So toes point straight ahead, get ready, and begin. Slow lowering towards the floor, drive hard to the top, all right? The faster and harder we drive to the top, you wanna think almost like you're jumping without your feet leaving the ground. The more explosivity that we're building, more power that would build through those muscles in the lower extremity. There's 4, 5, 6. Let's slow ourselves down on the way down here. That's my bad. And 7. Good. We've got 5 more now, guys. Counting down to 3, 2, 1. 8. Really nice. This is me just checking my tempo to make sure we're really controlling this on the way down. And again, 2 more reps. Slow lowering, drive to the top. Last one here. Slow lowering, drive to the top. Really nice. Good job, guys. You can put that band aside. Last exercise I've got for us here today is our bear plank, all right? We're gonna start off with the bear plank position. This is a great exercise, again, to build up that control through the core here. So we wanna start out and be able to hold this position. All right, again, I'll give us some progressions here in the following sets, but to recap, we start out on all fours. Toes are tucked under, so if you can't see there, now you can. And all we do is press into the hands, press into the toes, and lift the knees off the floor, all right? So everybody with me now, get yourself set on all fours. Ready? Tuck those toes, lift, and begin. So now from this position, I want you guys to challenge yourself. See how fatigued you are, see how much you're able to, perhaps you have a workout partner that you can hold a conversation with here. Again, if I can do it, you guys can. Press those hands into the floor, press those toes into the floor, keep those shoulder blades apart. Chin is tucked backwards, so the back of the head is straight up to the ceiling, all right? And low back and the entire mid-back region is nice and flat, right? So head is in line with the spine, and hopefully me talking makes this exercise suck less. Good, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax there, guys. Really nice. So again, I've got a few progressions for us there. So for right now, check yourself, rest for a second, get a sip of water, and we'll go through those progressions here in just a second. Really nice work so far. So again, we're going to go through our inchworms. I think that this one is really good where we're starting with. We're going to finish in that same spot. All right. So the idea with the inchworm, you can load this position, but I'd almost prefer to coach somebody through this one in a one-on-one setting to gradually work up to that. I think more than anything, let's use this for what it is. A great mobility exercise for those hips and hamstrings, and then a really good core strength exercise when we really get all the way out to end range here. All right. So again, coming back to set number 2 here, we're starting off with our inchworm. So you're all at the back of your mat. Start with a big inhale. Shoot those fingertips up to the sky, maybe even a little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Walk those hands away. Getting out to our push-up position here. Now, once you're in push-up position, you're walking those hands even just a bit further. Challenge yourself, right? Shoulders start to shake. That's okay. Walk those hands back into the feet, heels to the floor. Good. And back overhead we go. Big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Walk the hands away from the feet. Nice job, guys. And again, all the way out into our push-up position. Notice low back stays nice and flat. Good. Last one here. Big inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, walk those hands. And again, keep those hips stable even as you walk away. And you're getting out into your push-up position. Hands locked to the floor. Good. Hips and lumbopelvic. I keep saying that, the low back region locked in. You guys can stop me if I talk too much science. Big inhale, reach overhead, and relax there. Nice job, guys. Really, really nice. All right, so we're back to our deadlifts now. I promised I'd show you how to progress these ones if you have the band at home. So whether you have the big long TheraBands that I've given you, or you have like a big loop band like this, same idea. We're going to be able to progress this one. So now, instead of standing on the band with both feet, we're going to gradually start to introduce how we do this one in a single leg stance. All right, so get a little bit of tension on your band here. You're going to stand on it with your left foot. All right. Now the right foot is going to stay planted in the back. This is going to be like our little kickstand here. Okay, so you guys can see me on Zoom. All right, we're here. Now from here, I'm going to hold it with my right arm and I'm going to roll that shoulder backwards, right? So we're going to keep that good posture, double down and make this like a full body exercise, okay? So shoulder down and back. Band is held by the right hand while the left foot is firmly planted on the ground here. I'm going to hinge by pushing my hips backwards, get a good stretch through that front hammy, and then stand, all right? And again, hinge and stand. So let's have you guys follow along with me now. Get yourself set. Left foot standing on the band. Right hand holds the band. And then that right foot stays in the back as our little kickstand here. All right, get set and begin. We hinge towards the floor. We drive to the top. 1, really nice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more guys. 9, 10, nice job. Let's go ahead and switch it up. Same tension on the band there, but now we're going to switch so that right side holds the, right foot holds the band down. Left hand is holding onto our band. Again, roll that shoulder back. You guys can now see what that looks like from a little different angle. So when we're here, I'm sure this posture on this side looks familiar for a lot of us compared to what I'm at on this side, right? This is full internal rotation. That shoulder blade's pulled forward. That's why a lot of us are ending up with some work from home related neck and mid back pain. So what you want to do is roll that shoulder blade back, control that, all right? Now from here, we again hinge towards the floor, control that band, return back to stand. I'm a perfect example as I lose my balance there. So again, keep that left foot down for some balance there, slow lowering, and then squeeze back to stand. Good, there's 2. And again, control yourself down. 3, 4, 5, good, halfway home guys, keep it up. 6, 7, 8, last 2, 9, last 1 now, and 10. Nice job. You can lose the band here for a second. For again, everybody's favorite exercise, we're going down for a bear plank progression. Now you guys can keep eyes on me here for the first couple of seconds so I walk you through what it is, and then we'll start the set all together. All right, so bear plank, we all know how we're setting up here. All right, so we're starting out pressing toes into the floor, hands into the floor. Now from here, what we're gonna do is lift one arm, reach forward, place it down, lift, reach, place, all right? So we're gonna start out moving just upper body. So everybody down in their bear plank position. Now again, if you have shoulder issues, this might not be the one for you. That's totally fine. You can stick with the normal bear plank. That's still giving you plenty of benefit there. If you feel comfortable, if last set felt too easy, I know there's a bunch of you who are laughing at me for that. So if last set felt too easy, then let's push ourselves, right? This is a good opportunity to kind of challenge our bodies. So set up on all fours, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, press into the floor, lift those knees up. Now with me, I'm gonna have you guys go ahead and lift. Left hand, reach and down. And right hand, reach and down. Good. Left hand reaches and down. Good. Let's keep this going. Go at your own pace. Take your time. Alternating sides. You can see how tough this one becomes as soon as we switch just one thing up. All right. Big reach. Control yourself down to the floor. Good. Keep it going here, guys. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice job. Believe it or not, we can still make that one harder. So for now, you guys are resting, catch your breath, grab a sip, and again, we'll get after it for one more set of our strength work here. Really nice job so far, guys. Like I said, one more set of strength exercises here to wrap things up, and then we will stretch it out, cool things down, and I will send you guys on your way. As always, if you have questions, feel free to hang around at that tail end or unmute yourself during our stretching and just kind of ask anything that might kind of benefit the rest of the class. It's always good things. We're all here together anyway, so it's a good opportunity for us to learn together. All right, so last round of exercise. Let's get ourselves set here at the back of our mat. We've got our inchworms. Remember, walk it all the way out and try and push yourself. If your place looks anything like mine does here, you at least know you can walk past the edge of your yoga mat. And at most, you can kind of measure yourself on tile floors or hardwood floors and kind of walk even a little bit further. All right. So check yourself here, get set. Big inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Walk those hands out, keeping heels flat, knees straight, all the way out here. Challenge your body, and then walk it back in. Nice job, guys. And again, big reach for the sky. Exhale as you forward fold. Walk those hands away from the feet. Getting to your push-up position, and then just a bit further, all right? We've got one more here in this inchworm. So again, walk yourself back up, get set, big reach for the sky. Big exhale as you fold. Walking hands away from the feet here, getting all the way out to your push-up position. Hold that core tight, walk it back in, and all the way back up to stand. Finish with that big inhale, fill the lungs with air, and relax there, guys. Nice job. Go ahead and grab your bands now. All right, so we've got another way, believe it or not, another way to progress our RDLs or our deadlifts, right? So we started with 2, we moved to 1, but with a kickstand. Now we're gonna really just push a little bit further and go straight through and lift that back leg off, all right? So again, band is anchored on the floor with that left foot. And now I'll show you guys from here what this is gonna look like, because slight bend in the hip and knee, and then I get deep into my hip flexion. I return back to stand with good power. Remember, that band is going to try and pull you back towards the floor. You're gonna have to power through it and get some real good hip extension. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, leave that right foot floating. You can leave that right foot floating the entire way through. If you want to focus more on force production, You slowly lower, drive to the top fast, and then tap that foot down for a little stabilizing point, okay? So let's get set here. Left foot anchors, get set, and begin. Nice slow lower, squeeze to the top. 1. Good. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. We're almost there, guys. 3 more. 8. 2 more. 9. Last one. 10. Great job. Go ahead and switch the band to the opposite foot. All right. Foot is going to anchor. Right foot is going to anchor. Left hand is going to hold. Same idea. Roll that shoulder down and back. All right. So now we've got the band locked in. We're going to hinge towards the floor. Slow lowering. Good. And drive to the top. 1. Really nice. Same idea here on the right. 2. Slow lower and drive. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. Last one. 10. Great job, guys. Band aside. As promised, we've got one more here in the bear plank. So let's take it up a bit. We already did upper body. Let's get lower body moving now. All right. So for this one, you guys will still be on all fours. Surprise, surprise. We'll be in our bear plank position. And now instead of moving upper body, we're going to reach one leg straight back and down. Reach straight back and down. All right. So again, set yourself. Hands underneath those shoulders, knees underneath those hips. Press the toes in the floor, lift those knees off. Hold here, get comfortable here, and now reach straight back. Heel straight as if you're kicking out that back wall. 2, good. Keep it going now, guys, at your own pace. Core stays tight. We're not rocking the hips side to side. 3, 4. Good. Keep it going now. You guys are doing great. Don't forget to breathe. Maintain that good posture. Reaching straight back with the heel. Nice job, guys. Core tight in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Nice job. Grab a sip, catch your breath. We'll stretch it out, and then you guys are good to go. Really nice work so far. Again, a couple of exercises here to calm down the nervous system and get you guys off to whatever you got on the slate for tonight. So let's start out and do a T-spine rotation. So we did rib pulls a few weeks ago. All right. So when I say T-spine, I'm talking about mid-back region, right? So basically from the very lower portion of the neck all the way down to that upper low back region. All right, so we're going to start out here on all fours. We're going to do like a little T-spine, thread the needle reaching under, and then exhale, reaching for the sky. All right, so you guys are with me here. Make your way down onto the mat on all fours. We're going to go big inhale, reaching with our right hand underneath, and then exhaling as we rotate, fingers to the sky. And inhale, reach. Exhale, rotate. Good, 2. And reach. And rotate, 3. Again, we reach. We rotate, 4. Last one now, reach. Rotate, 5. Nice job. Let's switch it up. Left hand reaches now. Again, going underneath that armpit. Inhale as you reach. Yeah, and then exhale, fingers to the sky. There's 1. And repeat. 2. 3, 4, 5, and relax there, guys. Really nice. Let's see what I got for us next. We'll go up dog to down dog. Again, really good exercise for anybody who deals with low back pain or hip discomfort of some kind. If you have some acute flare-up of low back pain or hip discomfort, this might not be the one for you, but let's focus more on what we can do from this up dog to down dog position. So we'll all start out in our push-up position. Big inhale here, and then exhale, hips towards the sky, heels towards the floor. Now go ahead and ride forward, let those hips fall to the floor, and we go up into a little cobra pose. Exhale, hips to the sky. Inhale, hips to the floor. Last one now. And relax there. Nice job, guys. All right, and last one we're going to do is our hip windshield wipers. Again, great exercise for mobilizing the hip joints. So we touched on, let's see, our tactical frog during our warm-up. Now what we're going to do is go heels out front, feet flat, knees bent. I go hands in the back to support. We're going to work up towards basically being able to control and rotate side to side. All right. But for right now, we're cooling down. So I'd rather us just take our time, stay tall through the spine, and rotate and breathe with it. All right. Getting side to side, rotating those hips through their full range. Good. Slowly take your time. Rock those hips to one side. Sit there for a second. Breathe with it, and switch. Nice job, guys. We'll go 2 more on each side. 1. Last one here off to the left now. And relax. Nice job, guys. All right. So thank you again for everybody who came out both on Instagram Live and on Zoom. You guys are awesome. It's good to keep having you guys back. I love when this virtual community starts to kick it a little bit. So again, great stuff. Keep spreading the word. If you're getting the emails, stick with it. You guys are doing great work. Feel free to spread that around, get your run club involved. If you did not get the email today, you can shoot me an email, drtrim@wellnessmotionboston.com, and I will send you the link for the survey. I want to make sure that we count up everybody in the run clubs that did participate today. So make sure to fill that out if you did get the email, or share it with your run club so we can make sure that we're spreading signups around. And again, I'll keep an eye out for who wins this week's virtual sign up, because again, at the end of the 12-week program, winning run club with the most involvement is going to get a free performance eval. If you haven't seen what that is, check out that link to my YouTube channel. I kind of break things down nicely there. But in the meantime, I'll let you guys go. Really nice work, and enjoy the rest of your week.
Thanks
so much, Brent.
No problem, guys. Really nice work.
This is great.
You guys crushed it. Good job.